Hello, my friend. Nurse Mary here. I'm here with my friend Carol. Carol has been working with natural remedies for a long time, and we've just become good friends. We love to talk and laugh and just nerd out on this natural stuff. So I'm going to let her
Nerd out.
take it from here.
Well, hello, folks, and I haven't been online for a few months, and I'm trying to I'm re-entering, and I moved to a small apartment, and it's good because it's less to take care of, and I'm downsizing, and at this age you have so much stuff, and you don't need it all, and so during these months I've been still working with Mary, still counseling, and I got concerned about just the infections and viruses that we seem to have and terrible problems with fungus in our country, and actually saw a show where Candida and MRSA are rampant in hospitals now. And they actually named Candida in the hospital, which I'd never heard that before. And so, you can't always trust the news, but I try to keep up with what's going on. And these infections, we just have so many infections, and they're giving people 2 and 3 antibiotics. They say, well, that antibiotic works. We'll give you another one. We'll give you another one. Give you another one. And folks, that's not good for you. And so in my months of being offline, I went to Mary and I said, Mary, I would like you to dream up. I had some of the ingredients ready. I said, I want a super strong natural remedy for infections, fungus, parasites, bacteria, and viruses. And I said, we all know that too many antibiotics, now we know in 2024, they destroy the gut, because over and over it kills. See, the good thing about antibiotic back when they first came about was penicillin. It killed the bacteria that was actually taking lives. But those were not created like the antibiotics we have now. Now we've got millions of them, and they're very strong, and the side effect is, along with killing good bugs, they kill the bad bugs. Along with killing the bad bugs, they kill the good bugs, which are living in your colon. You've heard that term before, E. coli. We are full of cells, good cells, that will fight off infection if we put the right foods in and we take care of ourselves. And so I went to Mary and I said, would you make us, let's talk about what we can put into this. And I did it in September. And of course, Mary is the part of this team that knows herbs and knows how to put them together. And so I said, what can we do that will be anti-parasitic, antifungal? So would you talk a little bit about that synergistic effect?
With the herbs, it's just like a superfood in nature. When you put the right combination together, they help each other. They're very synergistic. They potentiate maybe each other. And so it just seems like we found that connection with this group of herbs.
And so it came about, we did it in September, and it had to marinate, brew, whatever, in her lab for 3 months. And so we launched it, and she named it Carol's Frontline Remedy. I love that. I'm so excited that God gave me a way to do this. All the years I've been working with people, I've had to rely on just the cheapest companies that would sell vitamins. And you really still don't know what you're getting. And you want to have a product that you can trust and that you know is going to be good. Now, one of the great things about Mary is we don't have chemicals in here. We're not a multi-level company, so we can brew our herbs and make these up, and we don't have to charge so much. And of course, it's much less expensive than a health food store. And not that I don't ever use those. If someone's really sick and you've got to have it now, that's where you've got to go. But within about 4 days, you can get this from my website, tudorwithcarol.com. And so the good news is I've had 2 children that took it and had been sick for months. I'm talking months, age 2 and age 4. So it's mild enough to use in low dose with children. And they immediately, within 3 days, they were completely cleared up, and nothing had been working. And they'd been on several things, including antibiotics. And so, but see, sometimes when they give you an antibiotic, you really have a fungus and they don't know it because they don't test you for it. Or you might have a virus. And by the way, antibiotics don't work on viruses. You have to have an antiviral. And funguses, an antibiotic actually can make them worse. And parasites, an antibiotic doesn't kill them. So and many times doctors don't test, they can't, They don't have the money to test, insurance won't cover it, et cetera, et cetera. You can't find out what you really have. So this product is it's got, one of the most important things it's got is the mullein, whatever, however you say it, leaves, which is for respiratory. And a lot of upper respiratory problems occur, especially like November to March I think a lot of it's because of the intake of sugar and the holidays, bad foods, plus being cooped up with people so you can catch things easier from each other. Because we're in closed quarters during the winter. And then it's got licorice root and lobelia. All three are for the respiratory system, and the lobelia relaxes the lungs. Now, I had a surprise thing happen, which I did not expect. In fact, I didn't want to waste a bottle on my husband and I because we weren't sick. And my husband said, well, why don't I try it since it's got the lung thing? And he's going to be 80. He's got COPD. He's a Vietnam vet. He's got a lot of issues with his lungs and has had asthma since he was a young man. And so he started about a week after he started this. He goes, Carol, I don't know why I feel better because we've been we're tweaking him all the time. I'm trying to keep him on his feet, and we're tweaking his sleep. I'm using essential oils, and I don't want to use too many things at one time because then I don't know which thing worked. And so he started on this, and he's like, something is making me feel better. And I go, you're kidding. And so I'm telling you, he's taken a huge step up, and like he hasn't in a year with all the stuff we've been doing. And he just got scanned in November, and he's on some very strong natural remedies, herbs, and a tea form for these abnormal cells. And so I wanted to tell you about Carol's Frontline Remedy. And I just gave it to a man at church who has a bad cough on Sunday. I'm hoping I gave it to him Wednesday. I'm hoping by Sunday I hear something better about what's going on with him. And he's fighting fungus. Folks, there's a lot of people with the 5 invaders are bacteria, virus, parasites, fungus, and mold. Okay. And most of us know a lot about bacteria. That's your staph disease, your staph infections, your strep throat. Those are more commonly known. And I remember when the COVID first came out, the people in my town, they were giving antibiotics for COVID. Antibiotics won't touch COVID unless the person has secondary pneumonia or something. But even then, unless without a culture, without a swab and knowing exactly what's growing in your body, they can't always give the right antibiotic. So I was surprised that my husband was that much better. And I would think this fungus problem we've got in America is going to be helped by this. And a lot of times fungus is a hidden invader in our body, and it causes itching, it causes rashes, it can cause brain fog. And those are things you want to deal with. And maybe in my husband's case, he has bad fungus, mostly from his experience during Vietnam. He didn't have to shoot people, but he worked with a lot of chemicals, and he supplied planes, and he was exposed on the ground to Agent Orange. Maybe with his fungus problem, this is helping that. I don't know, but I just know he feels markedly better. Anybody with a lung issue would probably improve. I found out 4.5 years ago that I had Lyme and parasites. And I had been searching for answers for 20 years of fatigue, and could not lose weight. And how I stayed on my feet was keeping a clean diet. I had a DO that I went to, and he helped me with herbs, and my barley green, things I did that kept me going, but I couldn't really find the real answers. And so I got a biomeridian scan here in Springfield, Missouri in 2019. Surprisingly, I found out I had Lyme disease. I remember exactly when the tick bit me, and I have what they call chronic Lyme because I did not know it. I did not see a bullseye, or I did not get help right away. Didn't know how bad. I just took the tick off of my neck and threw him out the window. And so I did not have any idea about the microbiology world there is. How many things, and of course now since we've had the COVID, there's all these microorganisms that are around. And if you're a farmer, I lived in the farmland. If you're a medical person, many of us are high risk. And all I knew was I knew that missionaries got parasites, but I didn't think a regular American person would have them. And so on my journey, I started dealing and learning about it, and I started reading everything I could read my hands on, and I put a little thing on my Facebook page, and all of a sudden my phone lit up. All kinds of different people got in touch with me. So many people having parasites didn't know it. So many people sick can't find the root cause. and it gets masked with medications. And I wanted to do everything I could that's non-invasive, no surgery, no drugs if possible. And if I broke a hip, of course I'd have to go have surgery. But mostly I just want to do everything with natural remedies. So I'm really excited that God has given me a way to do this. And Mary is a nurse who has, we have opposite strengths in our background. I come with a lot of hormone teaching. I was a hospice nurse for 5 years. She's got the herbs, and she's got more strengths in different areas. And so together, it's like really fun. The other thing I came up with is I took one day we met at Panera, and I took two bottles to her, and I said, "Look, I get these 2 bottles. One's from Amazon, and one's from Walmart." And together they cost me $26, $27. And I had her read the labels because she knows things about FDA approved labels, and she knows different ingredients that are bad. And so I said, "What do you think?" And so I didn't know at that time, this is how the Lord works, that Dr. Peterman, who's a doctor that works with Mary, was already formulating a magnesium muscle cream for people with muscle cramps. Did not know at that time how much we need magnesium in our bodies. So she looked at it. She goes, this is not good. But that's good. Arnica's a good thing. So she took the good off of my 2 bottles and put them with Dr. Peterman and came up with a magnesium muscle cream, it's called. And it says Time Challenger, and it's in an orange bottle, and nice and bright and sunny. And so I just was surprised when I really didn't know what we'd come out with. And so, I do not want a tube that you have to squeeze. And I like roll-ons. Well, we couldn't really do a roll-on, but we did this has a little bottle like that pump, comes out. You can get a small amount, like a pea size. And what's great about it, it just gives, within a couple minutes, you get relief. Number 1. Number 2, it's got essential oils. Number 3, it is greaseless, and it absorbs like that. Can you say why that absorbs again?
It's the coconut oil absorbs really quickly into the skin. A lot of other oils sit on top of the skin, and they just don't blend into the skin very well. But within a minute, most coconut oil will you just won't be able to tell where you put it. 2
friends right away. One of them's got bad gout, and she rubbed it on her. She told me I woke up in the middle of the night, and I remembered you gave me that orange bottle. I didn't use it. I got it out. I used it, and within 5-6 minutes, I was laying back down. I went right back to sleep, slept the rest of the night. My friend Ruth back at church, she told me, today's Thursday. She told me Sunday night, she goes, "Carol, I go to sleep every night with this on my neck and my knee," and she says it's amazing how it works. And my husband, who's got the bum thumb problem, one little tiny, not even half, like a lentil size, he just rubs it in, and he said, "Now, when did you give that to me?" I said, "Oh, maybe 2-3 minutes ago." Pain's gone. And and it lasts. It's not just a quick, See, there's lidocaine patches. There's things you can do, but you don't get a lasting thing. Neither do you get the magnesium, which is a quality ingredient that your body needs, and you need to be taking it orally and topically. So that takes care of that problem.
Yeah, it's actually got a therapeutic dose of magnesium right through your skin. There's not a better way to get magnesium than through your skin.
I want to tell you about 2 other things that I've worked on, and some of you have wanting. I got a message from a missionary who's in Thailand. She goes, "Mrs. Tudor, when are you going to go back online?" And so while I've been off, I've been working on several things. And one of the 2 things, tudorwithcarol.com, I've got my website, and would you explain what FullScript is on my website?
Yeah, so if you need odds and ends, things that you can't find on Carol's site, you can log on to her. You can set up your own FullScript account, and you can buy pretty much anything you could buy at any other store. And most of them are very good quality brands. And Carol also isn't about just making money. She does want to give back. That's why she's called to do this. She gives you a 20% discount off the suggested retail price, so that'll help you as well.
So under my credentials, you can sign up for FullScript, which is like a online warehouse of natural remedies, and it's amazing what's on there. And so you can go on there. If you can't find it on our website, my website, you can go on to Full Script. And by the way, the link is just right on my first page. You just scroll down. It's a little tiny. You can pull the link up, just tap it and go set yourself up an account. And it's just amazing what Mary has taught me. And of course, her being a webmaster, she's helping me with the techie. I call myself a techie dinosaur. I can do anything with my iPhone, but I'm not really, I've never been able to handle a mouse, and never have liked mice. And and so she's like a balancer to me. And then I've been in medicine longer than her. I'm 15 years older than her. I've been around a lot longer, and of course had more variety. I've done dialysis and hospice and wound care. I know a lot about wounds and stuff and different things. And so we both bring to the table some strengths that I really love how the Lord's put us together. I wanted you to know what I was doing, and I wanted to let you know that I'd be back online, and really want you to keep going forward. Forward ever, backward never, and take care of the temple that God gave you.
You are worth it.
Yes.
Until next time,
Be well.